expression, chewing, and as well as salivary glands. Yeah, but facial nerve, even though salivary glands, two salivary glands are there. Of course, three are there: carotid, sublingual, and submaxillary. Sublingual and submaxillary or submandibular, they receive separately from the facial nerve, and another nerve will pass to the carotid gland. So two set of nerves are originating from the facial nerve, and these two, that means the facial nerve, it is present just beneath the which one pons, and particularly the pons. That means this particular facial nerve, it is getting communication from hypothalamus. So, for example, like you are smelling a very good food. That means some food is prepared in your home, and it is, if you are smelling, and saliva is oozing out. That means it is the communication given by the hypothalamus to your which one brainstem, that is pons, and thereby the saliva will get stimulated, and then the saliva start to secrete. Next, vestibulocochlear nerve, present in the brainstem, that is cerebellum, and it is purely sensory. And sensation of the sound and as well as the equilibrium is concerned with the vestibulocochlear nerve. It is extremely important nerve. People will talk much about the sound aspect, but the thing is, it is concerned with the more important to the equilibrium, that is the body balance. Like majority of the antibiotics what you are using, but most of the antibiotics or antibacterial agent which we are using, all these particular antibacterial or antibiotics, they have very strong effect on vestibulocochlear nerve. I'm not telling that it doesn't have effect on other cranial nerves, but most vulnerable cranial nerve is vestibulocochlear nerve. Example is like drugs, or for example, like antibiotics like gentamicin, kanamycin, clarithromycin, like that. Some set of antibiotics are there, which is like which ends with a mycin. Any particular drugs, it will damage the vestibulocochlear nerve. And the hearing and as well as balance are seriously impaired. So this is about the vestibulocochlear. Then vagus nerve. This is like in all the cranial nerves. If you ask me any particular cranial nerve which is like what you can say huge, something great like Bahubali or something like that, it is vagus nerve, because it is going to innervate. So it is going to innervate so many parts, and as well as it is extremely important. Why? Because it is having a very strong sensory and as well as motor, and then it starts from medulla oblongata. It is concerned with voice, swallowing, taste, what you can say, and it acts on abdomen. And apart from that, the total digestive system: stomach, intestine, large intestine, salivary glands, esophagus, like that. Every part of the digestion, including rectum, it is going to innervate. And then your food intake, like food is traveling from stomach to intestine, intestine to small intestine to large intestine, or you are chewing in the oral cavity. All these information will be carried by the vagus nerve to the medulla oblongata. Similarly, it will carry the information from the medulla oblongata to digestive system. So that's why it is one of the very important one. And surprisingly, in the textbook, they have not specified even it is going to innervate the bronchioles. For example, bronchial tree, it is going to innervate. Next, accessory nerve, and this is present in the brainstem, cranial, and as well as spinal roots. Motor controls sphenoidomastoid and as well as trapezius muscles, secondary muscles of respiration. You know that primary muscles of respiration, one is diaphragm and second one is intercostal muscle. Apart from these two, any forced respiration, if you want to take, I'm not talking about voluntary respiration. I'm not talking about involuntary respiration. I'm talking about voluntary respiration. When you have the voluntary respiration, you require a special accessory muscles like sternocleidomastoid muscle and trapezius muscles, and which helps you in what is that voluntary respiration. So this particular accessory muscles will help you in forcible respiration. And last one is which one? Hypoglossal brainstem. It is present in the medulla oblongata, motor, tongue, speech, and as well as swallowing. So wagging of the tongue and as well as the way in which the clarity in the speech, and then how you swallow. Swallowing means simply you don't think that it is the easiest process. When you swallow, you mean that actually the pharynx should contract. Then what is that? Trachea should be closed, and as well as the what is that? I've forgotten that name. What is that? epiglottis. Epiglottis should close the respiratory tract, and then the esophagus first sphincter should open. So all these things are controlled by the axis. Which one? Hypoglossal nerve. This is about the cranial nerves. Any questions are there, you can ask. This is the end of the topic. Just if you write like this, sufficient in the examination. Any questions are there? Are you alive?
Yes, sir.
Hope so.
Sir,
Any
glossopharyngeal.
Tell me, madam. I want to repeat.
Sir, glossopharyngeal. Yes, sir. Sir, you don't tell glossopharyngeal now.
I didn't told any glass. It is concerned with the taste, madam, both sensory and as well as motor. And you tasted the food, and as well as this information will be passed to the brain. And apart from that, appreciation of the taste will be given by the glossopharyngeal through glossopharyngeal nerve, and you can enjoy it. And for example, you know one thing, I will tell you the significance, variety of significance of glossopharyngeal. Let me, you try to understand the concept. Consider in your home, your mom is preparing something, some dish which is your favorite, and she told you in advance that she is going to prepare tomorrow. That is your favorite. Then you will have one clear mindset that what type of taste, already you tasted it earlier, so already you have a clarity that what will be the taste of that particular food. Then you are sitting in front of food tomorrow, then you taste it. Two possibility or three possibilities are there. Possibility number one is it is extraordinary. Possibility number one is it is extraordinary. Possibility number two, whatever you expected, same taste is there. Possibility number three, it is hopeless. It is hopeless. Now you try to understand the meaning here. Already you, for example, your favorite dish, something aloo paratha, something like that. Already you tasted earlier, several times you tasted. That information already it is available in the brain. It is recorded. Now that is your favorite dish. Next time when they prepare that particular dish, then your cerebral cortex will communicate with this particular glossopharyngeal nerve regarding that particular dish, because it will give a feedback regarding the earlier experience. Based on that, you will have certain expectations. If it is up to your expectations, it's fine. If it is above your expectation, super fine. And if it is much below your expectation, it is a flop. Then repeatedly, if the same taste of food is served for 6 or 7 times, then that food will be deleted from your favorite food. It's like that. So that means, consider your mom is preparing some dish which is totally different. First time she is preparing one type of dish. You never tasted that one in your life. Then you have only two options that time. One is it will be very good or it will be very bad, good or bad. You will not have the expectations of previous one because you never tasted that particular food earlier. So only two options are there, something new. You will be thinking that either it is good or bad. So this is having a significant role in the identification of the taste, comparing the taste. It's like no questions. Who is Alkarani Maji and Jyotim?
Yes.
Mute, madam.
Yes, sir.
Mute it. Daily I should tell you. Specimens. Spinal cord. Spinal cord, next we are going to discuss about the spinal cord. Spinal cord is a cylindrical elongated structure beginning from medulla oblongata and extends till second lumbar vertebrae. So you have to understand first, you have to understand the vertebrae, vertebral column. Vertebral column contains like several, what you can say, vertebral, we are classifying into thoracic, cervical region, thoracic region, lumbar region, like what you can say, the sacral region and coccyx region. What you have to understand, the spinal cord is a structure which is attached to the brain. It starts from the end of the medulla oblongata and it will run till second lumbar vertebrae. So this is the spinal cord. So now let us discuss about the anatomy of the spinal cord.